Many thanks for choosing us. Let's begin with students at the University of Ghana who are in a state of confusion as they hear their lecturers will continue with their sit-down strike. At the heart of their concerns is the disruptions to academic activities, particularly lectures and their project work. They are, however, appealing to government and management to step to salvage the situation. My colleague Michael Ashali was there earlier today interacting with some students.
Ghana. Particularly at the Jones Court building, JQB, arguably the most popular and the biggest of the lecture halls at the University of Ghana. Ordinarily, you'd have hundreds of students going up and down the flight of stairs behind me, going into the over 5 lecture halls that we have here. The reason is simple. The lecturers have decided to continue to stay on their industrial action and not return to the classrooms here. The biggest of the people who are being impacted are the students, and I'll talk to a couple of them here. I have Ellie. Now, Ellie, so quickly, tell me, how is this impacting you? This is supposed to be the second day since classes should have started, but that's not the case. As a student, how are you bearing the brunt of it?
Well, Vani, at the moment, what I can say to you is that it's unfortunate because as I'm speaking to you right now, I'm supposed to be taking a geochemistry class together with an IGNOS of Africa class right now. But I went to the class and the lecturer is not in. And you know that as we are getting, the information we are getting is that UTAG is on strike and the department is saying until they are back, nothing can be done about it. So it's unfortunate to us at this moment. And we are going to see in the coming days more disruption to the academic calendar. At the time, the management of the university is trying its best to revert to the August starting date for every academic semester. So I think this time government should try its best to be resolving the matter instead of ordering the teachers to go back to the classroom.
So that's Ellie, a level 400 student who says, well, he's really struggling to get that. So I have Mumuni here. Mumuni, level 100 or 400?
200.
Level 200, okay. So, I mean, what class should you have by now and it hasn't happened? How is that affecting you?
That is sociology class. And one day and the lecturer is not there. And I think this week we're supposed to be learning a lot. While they are still on strike and we don't know when they are going to call it off, I think we'll be lacking very behind. So we are pleading on behalf of the government to, do something about it so that they will resolve the issue and the lectures will return back for us to learn. Otherwise, if you're not a serious student, you are going to lag far behind because we need to be reading on our own. And we know that not all the students are willing to learn if the lectures are not around. So that is what. So
you mentioned that you went to the class. When you went to the class, were you given an official communique that the class was cancelled?
Oh, yesterday, I think there was a meeting between the UTAG and then the government, and what came out was that they are not going to call off the strike yet until further notice. So we don't know. We are still waiting patiently for them to return so that we can start our lectures.
Okay. So that's Mumuni, level 200 student. It says that he's also bearing the brunt of his lecturer's decision to continue to stay on strike. Nicholas, how about you? How is this really difficult for you as a student?
So for me, when I was coming this semester, I had a lot of plans, and looking at the way the semester is going, it doesn't look like all the plans will come to pass. And most of us feel aimless, kind of, because you are going, coming back, you don't know what you are doing. I checked my timetable. They told us that, the timetable, it will change probably if the lectures resume, so we shouldn't really pay attention to that. So it's like we are just in the school. We are not really doing anything, so yes.
Top of the concern for some of the students is the academic calendar in this. What's your major concern about it? What about the academic calendar?
Yeah, we are resuming to what used to be our main calendar where all the levels were in school, but this time the UTAG strike has come in, so it breaking would be a very big blow because we would have to reschedule, change other things to still come back to the full level 100 to 400 again. So I think, that's not what we want at this time.
But what level are you in?
I'm in level 300.
Level 300. So let me go back to Ellie, who is a final year. So he's mentioned that he has a project. So you have fears already that if this continues, academic life is going to prolong. You're hoping to graduate very soon. How disturbing is that to you?
Ordinarily, this should be worrying to all of us because at this moment I'm supposed to processing my data. I'm done with the field work itself, but at the moment, you're supposed to be taught the practical laboratory side of the course to be able to process your samples and get the details and to be able to put up an article online. But at the moment, the lecturers, what they can tell you this morning, what my supervisor can tell me is that he's on strike, and why are you worrying him? Are you worrying his life? So you're supposed to just have a time. So when they return back to the classroom, they will be able to process.
Let me ask you that. Have you had any official communique from any of your lecturers that are taking their course this semester on what is going to happen in yesterday and today no class? Any communication from them?
Generally, the department is not saying anything, but individually, some of the lecturers are saying that they've uploaded materials on the Sakai LMS for students to just take advantage of the time and be reading in the meantime. But other lecturers, they are just not concerned about the whole situation. They are saying that until they return back to the classroom, they are not going to do anything.
Let me take finally. So I heard you say something about uploading of courses onto Sakai, the LMS platform, the online platform of teaching and learning. Did you go there, and is it true that some of the lecturers have done that?
They've done that. They've uploaded some of the materials, and they actually say that, okay, you can do that. But largely, just one out of 7 courses I'm taking this semester, just one lecturer was able to do that. But largely, the 6 lecturers, they are just unconcerned about it.
So those are some of the frustrated students here. Let me take a final word. So what do you want to happen at the moment for you?
Right now, what I want to happen at the moment is I want the government and then the teachers to do something about the strike so that they will call it off for them to return back to campus so that we will start or we will begin our lectures.
So you just heard from some concerned students at the University of Ghana. You can see behind me some others have taken the initiative on their own to try and study, possibly do some brushing through the notes. You mentioned that some of them have been given that slide, some course materials. So that's the situation here at the University of Ghana. This is JQB. Arguably, a lot more students should be here than we see today, but that's not the case. Reporting for JoyNews, this is Michael Papani Ashale from JQB.